Over the last few weeks, Charlotte 49ers hockey has run rampant through the Carolina division of the ACCHL, knocking off the Duke Blue Devils 12-0 and picking up 2 wins against the North Carolina Tar Heels 5-3 and 6-2. Tonight, the Niners complete their trip around the Research Triangle as they battle for first place in the division. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Raleigh Iceplex here in the state capitol for tonight's matchup in the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League, featuring the host, NC State Wolfpack, and your very own Charlotte 49ers. I'm Brett Williams. Thanks so much for being with me here this evening. Going to be a great matchup between the top 2 teams in this division. UNCC comes in at 7-3-1 on the season, 4-3 in conference play. NC State on the other side, 5-4 and 5-3 in the ACCHL. Only one non-conference matchup for the Wolfpack so far this season. And those 2 teams really far and away better than the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils, their other 2 division counterparts in what has been a shuffled ACCHL this year. Duke and UNC coming from the Central Division into the Carolina Division for the first time this season, and it has been quite stratified. Duke and North Carolina come in with only 1 combined point between them, and it is again a battle tonight for first place between the Wolfpack and the Niners. Winner will have the head-to-head as they move forward. We'll step aside briefly for the anthem and come on back for puck drop in just a moment. The anthem has concluded, and the crowd is ready to roll here at the Raleigh Iceplex. It's the NC State Wolfpack and your Charlotte 49ers here this evening from the state capitol. Quite a turnout here. Fans decked out in their red and black, running all the way around the rink, except for the benches, of course, as they couldn't get over there. That would be a problem for the players. NC State coming out in the home black sweaters, as always, with the NC State block logo in red across the chest. White numbers, white names also on the back of the jerseys for the Wolfpack, and red and white stripes going down the pants and horizontally across the socks. For Charlotte, coming out in the road white sweaters, the green numbers trimmed in gold, also green and black stripes around the bottom of the jersey, black pants with green, white, and gold piping, complicated pants, a simple look for the 49ers. Starting lineups first for Charlotte, it's Andrew Miller, one of the best goal scorers in the country at D2. We'll be talking about him quite a bit. Patrick Salfia, Matt McCoy, Thomas Gilmartin, and Philip Arnold. Daniel Ritter in goal for Charlotte, and for NC State, it's John Kokelenberg, Sam Banisevich, Cam Mazakowski, Eric Todd, Luis Jimenez, and in goal, Josh Cannon. They're your starting lineups. Puck drop, and we are underway here in a quick stoppage as we will reset from center ice. NC State going left to right on your radio dial, or in this case your YouTube screen. In the first period, Charlotte moving right to left on through center. Here's Philip Arnold for Charlotte into the corner, trying to center for a second to Thomas Gilmartin. It was interrupted briefly by Banisevich. Off into the corner, Arnold decked down. Eric Todd putting him into the boards. Now sent on to the near side corner. Going after it for a moment was Thomas Gilmartin, couldn't get to it. And now NC State behind its own net, looking to break out in front of the bench. All the way down, they dump and change lines. Charlotte will get down after it. So too for NC State, Luis Jimenez. Team leader in assists as NC State controls it on the blue line, tries to turn around, get a shot off, a little backhand right in front of Daniel Ritter, and he freezes it right at the top of the crease. Charlotte looked to have an easy dump and chase as NC State ceded possession, changed lines, but all of a sudden, NC State was able to get it right back, turn around, get a backhand in, but Ritter had the save. Daniel Ritter has been one of 2 goalies in net for the 49ers this season, and certainly has been the primary one. 5-2 record, has had 1 shutout and an .893 save percentage. 49ers down after it, in behind the NC State goalkeeper, Josh Cannon, and now sent on to the near side. Going after it, Ryan Kinney, wrapped on behind. Zachary Broski trying to get it out for Charlotte. Bouncing around a couple of players, now right in front of the Charlotte bench. On through center they go. Here's Philip Arnold with numbers, sent it on to the center, a little back and forth, right up in front, and ended up falling to his feet and just got it barely away. Josh Cannon able to swallow it up with 18:33 to go in period number 1. So a 3-game winning streak for the 49ers coming into tonight. Again, those wins against Duke and 2 against North Carolina. Technically, a win tonight would make it a 5-game winning streak because tomorrow night's game against Duke has been forfeited by the Blue Devils, so an automatic win for Charlotte. Now they're just trying to bridge the gap and make it 5 in a row in the division, no less. Face off to the left side of Cannon is won by the Wolfpack, and now sent on back towards center. It's tipped aside by Mazakowski. NC State trying to get a run going and stopped aside very beautifully there by Andrew Chard defensively. He completes a check, now taken away by Sean Burke into the far corner. Now right in front of the Charlotte bench, it's Philip Arnold. On over the blue line it goes. Andrew Chard now working offensively, gets a shot away. It was juggled briefly by Cannon, but then swallowed up with the glove. Teams will take this opportunity to change lines before the face-off, which will come to Cannon's right side, bottom left of your screen. Won by Charlotte up to the blue line, controlled and dumped back around by James Dinkler. Now set up once again toward the blue line. This time the Wolfpack get it and break out. Trying to stretch it through. The pass got too far, but going after it and playing it off the backboard, Ryan Linsmeyer. Lost it. Good battle there. Riley Scoville takes it away for Charlotte for a moment. Now sent onto the near corner. Ripped aside by Linsmeyer. Turns, gets a shot away, and is stopped right up top by Ritter. A rebound shot opportunity is knocked aside also by Ritter's chest. And now Charlotte sends it up back into the blue line. Back into the neutral zone, I should say, across the blue line. On around to the corner up to this near blue line. It's taken by Andrew Miller. Battle at the near boards. Turned aside by NC State and sent on to center. Dinkler takes it back for Charlotte, now dumps in, and the 49ers change lines. NC State behind its own net trying to make something happen. Just about 3 minutes gone here in the game. 49ers and Wolfpack battle for first place in the ACCHL Carolina Division. Onto the far corner they go. A couple of players battling for it. NC State almost cleared it out of the ice. Instead, it stays in, goes all the way down, and icing is called, chased down by Matt McCoy. For NC State, they had a 3-game win streak going, but UVA interrupted that last week. Defeat at Charlottesville, and in fact, the second straight loss, or the second straight win, I should say, for UVA over NC State this season. 5-3 the final there, 6-1 previously. Navy, Duke, and Wake Forest, the 3 teams the Wolfpack beat between the times they played the Cavaliers. UVA, the reigning champs of the ACCHL. First time they ever won the tournament, but the 6th time they won the regular season crown before that. NC State, quite a track record. 8 times they have won the ACCHL in the regular season. Only 2 tournament titles, however. Last one being in 2011. Face off to the left side of Cannon, won by the Wolfpack. Into the far corner, now NC State on through center. Onto the near side, Luis Jimenez controls. Checked aside briefly by Patrick Salfi, and it's stolen away. Here's Avery Schaefer. Almost lost it. Sam Banasevich was trying to pick his pocket and go right on net. Now it's stepped aside. In front of the NC State bench it goes, intercepted. Now sent along back up to Avery Schaefer. He brings it into the offensive zone for Charlotte. Leaves it on. Quick shot, and it's denied and sent up into the net and out of play. 16:07 to go in the first. No score. Charlotte and NC State. Face off to the left of Cannon is won by the 49ers. Now sent on around. Andrew Miller from behind. Tried to center it to Thomas Gilmartin. It got past him onto the Wolfpack. Coming the other way with it is Luis Jimenez. On through center. Nice move from Jimenez, and he fires and misses high. Also into the netting. Strong move after the pass from Miller intended for Gilmartin in front. Got under his stick. Taken away by Jimenez, and he tried to do it all himself down the other way. Was the best opportunity, but couldn't convert. Faceoff is won by the Wolfpack. Now sent on down, picked up for a moment, and sent aside into the net by Matt McCoy. Did look like it deflected off of a Wolfpack player, so no penalty for delay of game in the defensive zone. But a faceoff will come to the left side of Daniel Ritter, bottom right of your hypothetical screen. It'll be Tyler Alfonzetti taking the faceoff for NC State. He goes up against Philip Arnold. It's won by Arnold and the 49ers, now sent over in front of the Charlotte bench. On through center, Arnold picks it up over the blue line, looking for Thomas Gilmartin in front. Centering pass denied at the last second, ended up getting right to the goal mouth and popped aside by Cannon. Now here come the Wolfpack on across the blue line offensively. This one's deflected out of play again. A number of stoppages as the puck continues to try to escape. Fast pace so far, not very physical in nature as this one. Team's trying to go up and back. No clear odd man rushes yet so far, but some good opportunities nonetheless. Wolfpack win the face-off to the right of Ritter. Nothing doing on the centering pass. And now Charlotte through center going the other way. Here's Greg Driscoll on a cross, sent it behind the net of Cannon. The Wolfpack clear to center, but not all the way down as it's sent back by Sean Burke. Now NC State corrals behind their own net. Sent off to the far side, checked by Philip Arnold from behind. He tries to win the puck back. He cannot. And NC State sends it to center once again. Taken by Andrew Shard of the 49ers. Now one again, and working their way back, Greg Driscoll. Stolen aside. Nice work by Hayden Dewey. His stick work prided aside. But Charlotte keeping the pressure up and controls once again in the neutral zone. Here's Andrew Shard on the way to cross. Stepped aside trying to get it around. Ryan Linsmeyer could not. And the Wolfpack break it down the other way. Here's Kenny. It was stolen beautifully. Tried to go between his own legs. Taken by Burke. Burke passes it on up to Driscoll. Driscoll on over. Here's Philip Arnold. Arnold to the far side as the whistle blows. 14:19 to go in period number 1. Full line change as both teams take advantage of this timeout. As a faceoff will come in the neutral zone in front of the NC State bench. Won by the Wolfpack right along the blue lines. They work through center. Breaking on around. Here's Ellis Rushford. Rushford works his way through a couple of players. Tries to center. Ritter was there. Kicked it aside. Charlotte sends it back out. In hot pursuit, Zachary Usinger. Wolfpack get it back down. Trying to get the forecheck going. Got a big check from behind. Pass hit the back of the net, came off to the near side. Going after it now, Mike Aquila sends it on up. Jeremy Maragno on through center. He hits Usinger in stride. Usinger trying to go 1-on-2, forced aside beautifully by Ellis. Rushford takes him all the way to the far corner boards and puts him down. It's a good look from Usinger off a great pass from Maragno, but NC State better defensively. Now here come the Wolfpack back the other way, dumped on down. Going after it here is Jimenez. Pushed aside, a penalty called from behind. This one goes against Charlotte, and now the 49ers touch up as a tussle begins right in front of the boards. 2 49ers, 2 Wolfpack going at it. Now some few extra players in along with the referees trying to stop it. They can't right now. Ellis Rushford involved. Couple of players still fighting, jammed into the back of the net. Cooler heads have not yet prevailed. 2 particular players, Jeremy Maragno for Charlotte and Eric Todd for NC State. They were the ones jammed up into the net, going at it continually after the referees had stopped the initial fracas. It continued, and let's see what the upshot of this is. The initial penalty was called on the 49ers. The referees were letting it go, of course, until they touched up, and as soon as they did touch up, Fight broke out from behind. Daniel Ritter was involved. It didn't appear that NC State made any contact with him. Usually anytime the goalie's back behind the net and there's any kind of contact made, that's what will irk the goalie's teammates. But in this case, the 49ers had committed a penalty in the first place before that even happened. Matt McCoy and Philip Arnold over by the scorer's table for the 49ers trying to sort some things out. Jimenez and Banashevitz for the Wolfpack. No one has entered the penalty box as of yet. We have not seen any penalties before whatever happens here in this one. 13:23 left in the first. Referee on over to talk to Zachary Usinger as well as 49ers head coach Tobin Trouts. Fans were loving that, as you might imagine. Saw one in a Rangers sweater. A couple of 49ers fans amidst the Wolfpack crowd were also there, all banging on the glass. Some would say that's why you come to a hockey game. I think there's a whole lot more to it, but my goodness, that's always a fun part. Now one player from each side heading to the box. If it stays at 1-1, it would be a break for Charlotte, who was about to go on the penalty kill for the first time. And it appears it may just be a 4-on-4. Still a meeting of the minds going in front of the NC State bench now as the referee headed over to talk to Mike Gazzillo and his staff. Try to settle some things. And now back to the scorer's table. Penalty box is open on the NC State side. And now two Wolfpack players in the box to only one 49er. And indeed, it will be a 5-on-4 in favor of UNC Charlotte. Originally, it would have been a power play for NC State, and instead, after the fight that broke out on the backside, it turns the other way, and now Charlotte gets a big break and gets a power play. Here's just 6.5 minutes into the game. Are they going to send 3 players now into the box for NC State? Apparently not. Banashevitz went into the box, crouched down as if he was about to sit down next to his 2 teammates, and then came back out. So in any event, a power play for Charlotte. Quick shot off the faceoff from Andrew Miller, once again in the net and out of play behind the goal. Hayden Dewey was the second man into the box for NC State. And the first, Ethan Schwartz. Neither player who was involved in the development of that play got involved after the fact and paid for it. Still some conversations going on at the scorer's table. The 2 officials up over the glass, hanging on by the tips of their fingers, trying to talk to the scorers. A few seconds ticked off, and it looks like that's what the concern is about the power play clock on the scoreboard here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Only a few seconds ticked off when the faceoff started because Andrew Miller got away a one-timer and missed badly. But no time ticked off the power play clock, so that's still at 2 minutes on the board, and I'm assuming they're trying to fix that, hence the extra delay. Meanwhile, Schwartz still discussing what happened on that series of penalties with his own staff. And now the officials coming out and having a conversation with the NC State coaches as well. And on over to the Charlotte bench. This game was cruising on along, and all of a sudden, that physicality came out in one fell swoop. No personnel changes, and the penalty clock stays at 2 minutes. So a power play for the Charlotte 49ers. Face-off won by Charlotte to the left side of Josh Cannon, and they'll try to set up their 5-on-4 for the first time. Sent on through to center, stopped the side by the Wolfpack, and now cleared. Goes all the way back to Daniel Ritter just inside the crease. He plays it along to Matt McCoy, who is back in pursuit. McCoy sends it up. It's picked aside. Here goes NC State, an odd man rush, and it's sent wide. Pick in his pocket. That was Ryan Linsmeyer. As Charlotte looked to get it out from behind, he just stole it away, went one on Ritter, and missed it wide to the left. A big miss for the Wolfpack. Could have gotten a big shorthanded goal and changed the momentum in this match. Instead, here comes Charlotte going the other way. Right on back to center, now off to the near side. Kept up for a moment. Now played back down. Andrew Miller with the backside of his stick. Power play clock is apparently malfunctioning. It is not ticking down. About 45 seconds gone, if I'm not mistaken, in the power play. Now Charlotte on back. From behind. Sent on the cross. Andrew Miller got a stick away, and it was pocked aside. Now up to the blue line. Patrick Salfia drops it back down to Miller from no angle. He sent it across anyway. One-timer from the opposite side is stopped by Cannon. Charlotte trying to pick it from behind. Now taking it, Salfia puts it up in front. Salfia again, another shot, and it's denied in front by a couple of defenders for the Wolfpack. Mazakowski getting involved. Now on a cross, still loose in front and backhanded aside. Into the near corner they go. If I'm not mistaken, about a minute 20 gone in the power play, leaving 40 seconds. Andrew Miller drifts it on. He's open in front, turns around, shoots. It was blocked by Cannon beautifully. He sprawled out as some sticks flying. Thomas Gilmartin hits the ice, and these teams clearly not liking each other early in this game. Penalty box open on the NC State side. And it looks like there will be a new addition to the box. This time, it's Eric Webb, and now 3 Wolfpack players into the box. And a 5-on-3 for the 49ers. It was originally, again, just a few moments ago, it was going to be a power play for NC State, and then all of a sudden, 2 straight penalties on a fight that ensued after, and now this, and suddenly the 49ers have themselves a 5-on-3 without having had to kill anything. Face off to the left side of Cannon. Turned aside. NC State wins the face-off, and a big win. They send it down. First 2 players for the Wolfpack in the box should be released in about 15 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Again, the power play clock not working here at the Iceplex. On through center, a massive shot back down by NC State that took it over. And there is the first release. So 5-on-4, still for another minute 45. So a good power play opportunity for Charlotte, even though the 49ers couldn't convert on the first. Working their way down into the near boards. Drifting on in. Here's Andrew Chard. Leaves it back on up top. He's got Sean Burke at the blue line. Burke worked aside, and a nice job by Andrew Kristoff to dispossess him of the puck and send it all the way down. NC State gets a couple of fresh legs on for their penalty kill unit. As Charlotte now on a cross. Here's Chase Weirden through center. Denied again. NC State doing great work defensively in the neutral zone to keep the 49ers from developing anything. Charlotte had a couple of good looks earlier in the first power play. Andrew Miller, perhaps the best. Now on through center to the far side. Once again a dispossession. Ryan Linsmeyer, who picked the pocket of the 49ers a few moments ago, takes it aside, sends back to center. Now here comes Usinger back in. Check that, Maragno. And now Sean Burke leaves it on for Maragno. Right back to Burke, a little give and go. Knocked aside by the Wolfpack. Sun on back to center as we approach 10 minutes to go in the first period, so about halfway home in that regard. As the Wolfpack go through an entire line change, a little bit more than halfway done in their penalty kill. Now here's Burke on to center, stopped the side and taken away by Kristoff. Here goes Kristoff trying to take on the whole 49ers power play unit, and eventually he can't hold the puck. Keeping the pressure on, but no question about it, NC State's defense, particularly during the second penalty kill, has been phenomenal. Here's Weirden looking toward Sean Burke in the middle. Instead, leaves it back for Andrew Miller. A quick shot, and it misses wide. Works all the way around to the NC State bench. Now here come the Wolfpack going the other way. They have a 3-on-2 opportunity, but it's denied beautifully. Matt McCoy dispossesses the Wolfpack attack. Sent on down. Power play almost over for Charlotte. As the 49ers send it back up the center. Kept aside, a Wolfpack get it going the other way. Might they have a quick 2-on-1 opportunity? It's backhanded, Ritter in front, and it was knocked aside by his defenseman before it even got to him. Now sent on back to center. NC State keeps it in again. Sent on down, Andrew Miller trying to pursue it for Charlotte. He's going after it alongside Eric Todd. Todd puts it on in front of the net, and Charlotte got it away before it found the stick of another player in black. And indeed, the power play has expired for Charlotte, so 0 for 2. Good job defensively by NC State, particularly on the second penalty kill. Wolfpack on behind. Now centering up. It gets to the side. Jimenez, quick shot from the near side. Couldn't get short side on Ritter. Now sent around. All the way back to center they go. And now a delayed penalty call coming up against Charlotte once again. This time, NC State certainly will hope that by the time someone touches up, there isn't a counter penalty against NC State that wiped out the first opportunity, and indeed there is not, as the 49ers do touch up, and now will go on the penalty kill for the first time themselves. Heading to the box is Avery Schaefer. And NC State's power play unit begins. Setting up the offense. Shot comes, turned aside by Ritter to the right side of the cage. NC State keeps it in right at the blue line on the near side. Here's Davis Hudson. Hudson dumps down. Alfonsetti going after it. Getting there first was Matthew Fawcett for Charlotte, but kept in by NC State. Now a quick center, and the shot comes right to the gut of Daniel Ritter for the save. 7:59 to go, period number 1. Power play clock of the Jumbotron still reads a 2-minute power play for Charlotte. It has been that way, and they have been unable to fix it throughout a couple of penalties against NC State, and now should be a 2-minute power play, or at least perhaps a minute 40 thereof, on the other side of the board in favor of the Wolfpack this time. Face-off won by Charlotte, cleared all the way to center. 49ers will not bother to make a line change at this point. Not much action so far for the penalty kill unit. And in front of their own bench, sent on down to center. Taken for a moment, Alfonsetti all the way across right in front of the Niners bench. Stopping on a dime, picking it up, Eric Todd leaves it on down. Going after it, Luis Jimenez. Now it's popped on a side. On back in front of the 49er bench, taken by the Wolfpack. Now sent off the stick of a 49er down at the near corner boards. Picked up for a moment, Sam Banashevitz. Right along the red line now, Banashevitz drifting around. Leaves it up for Luis Jimenez. Right circle, now sent back up to the blue line. Now back onto Jimenez inside the right circle, blocked aside off the skate of Sean Burke. Now Jimenez back to Banashevitz behind the net. On back to Jimenez near side once again. Down to the red line, Banashevitz working his way out right circle. Turns, comes on, centers. Try to get it to Jimenez. He couldn't get his stick on the puck. It was right to him. He had a great one-timer opportunity, could not control it, and the 49ers clear and get 4 sets of fresh legs on the ice with 7:10 to go in period number 1 and about 45 seconds left in the penalty kill. Puck bounced around, went right to the crease. Daniel Ritter on top of it and will force the face-off with 7:05. Face-off will come to the left side of Ritter. Bottom right of your hypothetical screen. I guess I'll go with that. Charlotte immediately sends down. That's up into the netting and out of play. Off the stick of Eric Todd of NC State. Another face-off will come to Ritter's left side. 7:01 to go in period number 1 and about 40 seconds in the NC State power play. One official comes and brings a new puck to the first referee. He drops it down. Face-off is won by Charlotte, but taken away by NC State, immediately controlled on the blue line. Here's John Kellenberg, gets a shot away. It was blocked off the skate of Greg Driscoll. Now to the near corner, right along the red line, taken by Eric Todd. He's got space into the right circle, sends it on across. Little backhand opportunity, and Banashevitz puts it home for the first goal of the night. Power play strike for the captain for the Wolfpack, and it's 1-0 NC State. Sam Banashevitz beautifully executed as Eric Todd controlled on the red line, worked his way into the right circle, sent it right across the net mouth, and waiting for the one-timer, and this time making sure he had it home. the captain, Sam Banashevitz, the leading goal scorer and leading point scorer for NC State. Although the ACCHL website doesn't have the full extent of the statistics, missing 2 games from NC State. He is listed as 15 points and 9 goals on the season, so certainly in double digits, most likely even more than 10 for Banashevitz. 1-0 NC State, 6:26 to go in period number 1. Time of the goal, 13-18. A big check leveled. Couple of 49ers tangling with Tyler Alfonzetti onto the near boards. It looks like we may have a cross-checking call coming up. And indeed we will. It goes against NC State. John Kokellenberg to the box. And for the 3rd time tonight, the 49ers on the power play. Face off to the left side of Cannon is won by the 49ers, now sent off to the far side. Taken for a moment. Here's Matt McCoy working his way back in. Finds Andrew Miller near side. Miller gets it loose. Blocked off by a pair of Wolfpack skaters above the net. Around to the boards. Kept on a side. Sent on around now. Thomas Gilmartin in the far corner. Controlling. Now leaves it onto the near corner. Andrew Miller hesitating, working his way around left circle. They rotate it down to the red line. Now here's Philip Arnold, works his way in, lets it fly, and it's saved by the left-handed glove of Josh Cannon. Cannon, again, one of a 3-goalie platoon for the Wolfpack. He only has a 2-0 record this year, so not a ton of time out there on the ice. Gets it in a big game. Again, the winner of this game will, for now, take first place in the Carolina Division. These 2 teams will meet up at the Extreme Ice Center in January. NC State wins the faceoff, sends it on down. Trying to pursue it hard was Linsmeyer. He's been good, had that shorthanded opportunity a bit ago, and he wanted to make it happen again, this time through center. Good stick work for Charlotte for a moment. Now it's bounced off of a Wolfpack skate to another Pack player who dumps down again. Chase Weirden behind Daniel Ritter picks it up. Now sent along, working their way back. Here's Matt McCoy on through center. Now to Philip Arnold to the far side. Into the corner. NC State picks it back up and the Wolfpack cleared down. After a couple good looks early in the power play, NC State's defense has been better. Now here's McCoy on through center. Works his way around Andrew Miller, takes his place up at the blue line, now works down. Bad opportunity for Charlotte. They tried to send it back up to the blue line, send it past everyone. Philip Arnold now, as the power play is almost over for the 49ers without many good opportunities. Now here's McCoy on through center. Pinballs off of a couple of players' sticks. McCoy picks it back up again. Now finds Andrew Miller in the left circle. Now sends it up. Here's Weirden. Had it. Dispossessed briefly. Now here goes Wolfpack the other way. It's 2 on nobody. Taking it here. This is Eric Webb. Works his way in. Ritter denied him with the left leg. Kicked on a side. Now here's Charlotte working the other way. Daniel Ritter, a key save off the breakaway. Here's Chase Weirden. Sends it on back right off the wall in front of his own team's bench. The power play has expired, but a good break for Charlotte. It could have been 2-0 easily. 2 straight breakaways for NC State. Neither one went home. Still 1-0 Wolfpack, however. 4 minutes to go in period number 1. The goal coming from Sam Banashevitz at time 13-18. NC State, a long dump down. Luis Jimenez caught his defender sleeping. Gets down behind the red line, working his way up. And stolen away. A shot comes. It misses high and wide. That came off the stick of Eric Todd. On back through center. Charlotte in hot pursuit, a little 2-on-2. All the way back it goes. Icing waved off. 3.5 to play in period 1. NC State breaks loose. Now sent on through center. Taken away by Zachary Broski. He dumps back in. Forecheck begins for the 49ers. One Wolfpack hits the deck. Philip Arnold wins the puck behind the net. Arnold working his way up, even with the red line. Puck loose in front, trying to poke check it in off to the far side, and Max MacArthur just couldn't quite get underneath it. Play back down even with the red line. 49ers had it for a moment, looking to get back up in front of the crease. NC State wins it, sends it on back down the boards, and onto the near left circle. Now a shot comes from Banashevitz, moving quickly the other way. And now a penalty coming delayed against NC State. 49ers trying to let Daniel Ritter break to the bench. Now he goes for the extra attacker. Here's Sean Burke on through center. Burke works his way around a pair of Wolfpack players, trying to keep them from getting the puck. And eventually in front, NC State touches up with 2:35 to go in period one. Fifth penalty of the night against NC State. Only be the fourth power play, as two happened at the same time, along with one for the 49ers. So it became a 5-on-4. It is Banashevitz this time who heads off to the box. And it's a key opportunity for Charlotte to try to tie this one up, as they'll have all but 35 seconds of the end of this period to use the man advantage to their advantage. Sent on down, Andrew Miller from the red line, poking in front. Gil Martin couldn't get it in. Miller now up to center. Now down to the left circle. Here comes Miller. Works his way in on a cross. Gil Martin couldn't get it away. It went off the post. Now I'm back on through center. Wolfpack sent it down. Off into the near corner. Working their way after it and picking it up for a second was Patrick Salfia. Now turned aside. Now here come the 49ers with it once again. On across to Phillip Arnold. The pass was too far out in front of him. The Wolfpack get it, send to center. Gloved right back down by Charlotte and kept in. Working his way around, Matt McCoy from absolutely no angle. Hit the back of the cage. Now working around, sends it back up top. Here's Weirden, lets it loose. Now from Andrew Miller, and it misses wide left again. Gil Martin sends it on down. Phillip Arnold, far corner. Works his way to center. Andrew Miller puts it up in front for Gil Martin. It was denied by a couple of the Wolfpack defenders in front. They clear down. Huge line change for the Wolfpack. 90 seconds left in the period and 55 seconds in the 49er power play. Tapped on back, now on to center. Here's Thomas Gilmartin, works his way across. Now taken here, Eric Webb. Stopped the side, sent on back down behind the net. It bounces off the backboards, and now picked up by Charlotte once again. It's Patrick Salfia, works his way up around the red line. 1:08 to go in the period. And now on across into the offensive zone. Andrew Chard, far corner, sends it on behind the net. It's picked up by Matt McCoy. McCoy off to the near side, even with the red line, now played on up. Here's McCoy again. A little give and go. Stolen briefly by the Wolfpack, chasing to center, and it's taken away by NC State. Eric Webb on through center. Webb, an opportunity to backhand if he wants to. He got it away, but only weakly, and missed the net wide right. 40 seconds left in the period. A quick odd man rush. Check that, a little 3-on-3, but open ice for Charlotte at the end of the power play, and a glove save by Josh Cannon. That was going right into the net on the right side of the cage. His left, I should say. And did a nice job of getting his glove out to stop it from sneaking through. Just as that happened, the power play expired for Charlotte, so 33.1 seconds on the clock. And after that, 5-on-5, presumably, unless there's any more extracurricular activity, that's how we'll finish up period number one. 1-0 Wolfpack with those 33 seconds to go in the first. Now on through center, going the other way, now 2-on-1. Eric Webb gets a shot away, and it was denied by Ritter and a couple of 49ers in front of him. Now on back through center. Wolfpack trying to do something with it. Bouncing around, now picked up by Fawcett. Now turned aside, Banashevitz. Wolfpack with an opportunity in front. Little backhand, Jimenez denied by Ritter near side. Ritter did a nice job shifting his weight around. 2 seconds left, 1 second in the period. And a few Wolfpack players, hit the deck in front of the net. As time expires, a little last push. Sean Burke comes in with the right hand. Gives it a little bit to Eric Todd on the upper chest. But that is it for now, and the referees are happy that nothing more transpired. 1-0 NC State at the end of the first, the goal coming from Sam Banashevitz at time 13:18. We'll step aside, come back, and tell you what we saw in the first period, what we think we might see in period number two. It's the Wolfpack and the 49ers live from the Raleigh Iceplex. Stay with us. Welcome back inside the attic, if you will, here at the Raleigh Iceplex. It is 1-0 NC State over Charlotte at the first intermission. Brett Williams here with you. Thanks for being with me this evening from the state capitol. The only goal in the first period scored by Wolfpack captain Sam Banashevitz at time 13-18 on the power play. Wolfpack 1 for 2 with the man advantage in the first period. Charlotte 0 for 4. Only one did they have a lot of really good looks, and were stopped by some good defensemen in front by the Wolfpack, as well as strong play from Josh Cannon, making his only third start this season for NC State. Overall, a clean game for the first 7.5 minutes, and that's when things got a bit out of hand. It was originally supposed to be a Charlotte power play, a Charlotte penalty kill coming up as a delayed penalty called against the 49ers. Then all of a sudden, two extra man in started a multiplayer scuffle behind Daniel Ritter, I should say. And eventually that turned into two different Wolfpack players ending up in the box, turned into a 5-on-4 and eventually a 5-on-3 for Charlotte. But as soon as they had the two-man advantage, they couldn't get anything going due to some very good neutral zone defense by NC State. And then the chippiness picked up from there, and the crowd is loving it. The crowd also loving the Zamboni right now, and I think they're not even having as much fun as the driver thereof. He's honking it up. He's asking for applause. He's getting it right now. Everyone is loving it here at the Iceplex. They've got some nice music pumping through, and it is quite a show going on, an intermission show, if you will. Despite there not being a necessarily central act that was planned, this is turning into quite a time. In any event, the implications of this game, we mentioned that winner of this will take over first place in the Carolina division. That is not necessarily the most important thing. The key is to beat the top two in the division, as those two teams will be in the playoffs. And so at that point, it depends on really just the color of the jersey that you're wearing come playoff time, as those are held at a neutral site at Main Street Arena in Charlottesville, Virginia. So hosted by UVA, the reigning league champions, and who have really done a nice job so far this season as well. But for everyone else, a neutral site matchup. So you just got to be in the first two, and the Wolfpack and the 49ers have already clinched those two spots. Again, with several points clear of both the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils, who only have 1 point combined between the two of them through a little over halfway through division play, as these teams all play home and home. And again, tonight is game 4 for these squads within the division. Charlotte, game 5, already a win in the books for tomorrow, as the Duke home match was postponed, actually canceled due to forfeit from the Blue Devils, so an automatic 2 points go for Charlotte. Trying to make it 4 straight wins tonight, but we'll have to come back from it down 1-0. They have 40 minutes to do it, and we'll have that for you in just a couple of minutes. The Zamboni will finish off, and then we'll come back for period number 2, the 49ers and the Wolfpack, live from Raleigh. Welcome back to the Raleigh Iceplex, everyone. Brett Williams here with you. Thanks for being with me. NC State leading 1-0 over Charlotte as we begin period number 2. 49ers once again in the white with the green numbers and the black shorts, moving now left to right on your hypothetical screen. NC State in the black with the red and white trim, moving from right to left. Quick opportunity for NC State. Now sent all the way in front. Ritter has to make a great stop, and he does, getting down into the butterfly and bouncing the puck straight up over the cage and back into the netting, out of play. It was a 2-on-2 break, and a beautiful centering pass found the stick of Matt Costigan right in front, and he got it away from point-blank range. Daniel Ritter was better, and it is not the first time tonight that Ritter has stopped a shot like that. One time he stopped a 2-on-nobody, and that's why this game is just 1-0. NC State's been very opportunistic, good passes through the neutral zone, good shots. But Ritter and a couple of times some defensemen as well have been just a bit better. The lone goal came on the power play, 13 minutes and 18 seconds into period 1 from the NC State captain, Sam Banashevitz. NC State an opportunity on the near red line, bottom left of your screen. Now Charlotte working their way back through the neutral zone, sending it on down into the far corner, going after it now, pursuing it. Greg Driscoll. It's taken away by Banashevitz. Taken back around, Thomas Gilmartin an opportunity, kicks it right in front of the goal. No one was home for the 49ers. Now onto the far corner, battling along the near boards. And now sent back along through center. Banashevitz in hot pursuit, pursued by Zachary Broski from behind. Broski drops to the ice, and now sent on behind. Now to the far side, taking it briefly was Tyler Alfonzetti. The 49ers took it right back away from him. Now battle for it in the far corner, won by the Wolfpack. Set up in front of the net, and it got all the way through to center. Now picking it up along the near boards, John Kukelenberg. On back to Alfonzetti, stolen away. Now here comes Broski working his way in, tried to center, no one home, and it's taken away. Ian O'Rourke going the other way for Charlotte. Alfonzetti now works his way into a pair of 49er defensemen, couldn't get through the wall, and now Charlotte moving the other way, 3-on-2. Couldn't control the puck, so couldn't turn the rush into something. Now the Wolfpack take back over. On back through center and onside they go. Open opportunity. Here's Hayden Dewey, gets it away. And blocker save made by Daniel Ritter. Appeared it was going to go wide, but Ritter just took the extra precaution. Now behind the net, it's won by James Dinkler for Charlotte. Plays it up to center, dropped the side, was the recipient. And the Wolfpack take it away. Now sent hard into the boards. That's going to be a boarding call coming up from behind, and could be some extracurriculars. All three officials getting over there to the far corner to make sure nothing came of it. If you're just joining us in the first period, we saw about 3-on-3 fight going on right in front of the boards behind Daniel Ritter. Same side of the ice. The fans involved there banging hard. And it's Zachary Usinger who ends up getting called for the penalty here, as he went hard after the Wolfpack player who was getting it in the far boards and dropped him down. It's pretty much going to be called every time. And you send somebody careening directly into the boards, knock them down, and put him right there on that lower part. Referee's having a conversation with Banashevitz to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand. Wolfpack gather in front of their bench. Quick huddle from the players on the ice, making sure they're on the same page. Let's see if the power play clock is working here in period number 2. It's finally 2 minutes on the correct side of the board. Will it tick down? Indeed it will. NC State wins the face-off, and now I can tell you accurately exactly where the power play stands. 1:53 and counting for NC State as the Wolfpack control in front of their bench. Now down to the red line, back up top to the blue line. On a cross, pass was a bit errant, but it's picked up by Cam Mazakowski before it went all the way to center. Charlotte got a stick on it. Now here come the 49ers trying to go the other way. Picked up by Greg Driscoll. He's intercepted by Mazakowski. Puts it down on behind Josh Cannon, the Wolfpack goaltender. Kicked up for a second by Weirden. Now here come NC State, breaking out from their own red line. Mazakowski. Greg Driscoll harassing him, trying to get rid of the puck, and Driscoll ends up getting it to the far corner. Now takes it away. Greg Driscoll, great work. He was looking on a backhand for Chase Weirden, who now has it behind the net. Weirden intercepted by Eric Todd. Now the Wolfpack trying to do something with it. Works his way around Weirden, plays it off the boards. Banashevitz can't get to it, but lets it go down and lets the forecheck begin. 49ers had it briefly, now onto the near corner. 1 minute gone in the power play. No good looks for NC State thanks to some great offensive zone defense for Charlotte. Won by the Wolfpack in front of their own bench. Now blocked off of a 49er stick, sent on back out to center, and the Wolfpack have to get out. Luis Jimenez sends it on back down right across center ice. Here's Banashevitz. Opportunity in front, sends it off to the far side. Davis Hudson, his pass deflected off the stick of a 49er. And the penalty kill unit, a full change. Also some new power play legs on the ice for NC State. 25 seconds to go in the Wolfpack man advantage. On the near side. Right on up to center. Alfonzetti got a shot away. It was blocked aside. Ritter gets down on top of it for the save. Minute 45 killed for the 49ers. Check that, minute 44. 15:49 to go in the period number 2. 1-0 Wolfpack here from the state capitol. NC State 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Lone goal of the game came from that man advantage. Face off to the left side of Ritter. Battled for inside the circle. And now eventually won, and shot came from the Wolfpack. It was denied up front. And Charlotte clears to center. 4 seconds and 3 seconds left in the power play. Usinger is out. Another penalty killed for Charlotte. 2 for 3 in that regard today. On back to center at even strength. Now working his way back into the offensive zone for the Wolfpack, Ellis Rushford. On back up toward the blue line. Charlotte with an opportunity. Open on the far side was Michael Ray. But Max MacArthur couldn't get his stick free to get the puck to him. Now NC State takes it back far corner. Played back around but not out. Working his way back in. Here's Matt McCoy. Gets a shot away. Misses wide right by a mile. Now in front of the Charlotte bench. McCoy worked his way all the way around the boards. Picked it up there. Now sent on in. Shot came. Went wide again. This time from Avery Schaefer. NC State tried to get on top of it. Could not. 49ers keep it in. Tripped up. They wanted a tripping call. Looked more inadvertent, and so no call given. Now on back behind Rushford. Taken in front. Charlotte trying to keep in. Now to the right circle. Working his way around. Here's Avery Schaefer. Works up in front. And it was kicked aside by Hayden Dewey. On back to center. 49ers have to clear the zone. Who wins the puck? Schaefer again. And Schaefer ends up careening into the bench of NC State, getting a little bit of face washing from Tyler Alfonzetti. Left hand, he wanted to give him a piece. But Schaefer now out of the bench. A look of frustration coming from Schaefer, as it appears he may be headed for the box. And indeed he is. Try to see if we can get the call here for you folks. Schaefer was trying to set up something offensively, tried to get a shot away. It was poked aside, went to center. A couple players battled for it. The whistle came, and the next thing you know, he was kind of spinning out of control and ended up kind of flopping back over the wall into NC State's bench. Then Alfonzetti came in, kind of stuck his hand up in his face, and then Schaefer ended up in the box. Shorthanded opportunity for Charlotte is denied at the last second. Andrew Miller was cutting in hard, and it was interrupted by Davis Hudson. But another power play for NC State almost immediately after the first ended. Second time in the box tonight for Schaefer, second minor. And working their way down, NC State scores. Opportunity in front, a little tic-tac-toe. And it's 2-0 NC State, 2 power play goals for the Pack. And 2 by Sam Banashevitz. Time of the goal at 6 minutes even in period number 2. Boy, did that develop quickly. Went right down the ice. They were trapped in the near corner, and all of a sudden a stretch pass, 1, 2, 3, in a matter of about 3 seconds. That one was in the back of the net. The right place, right time again for Banashevitz. Had the one-timer for the first power play goal. And now Charlotte trying to do something with it. Sent back up top. Philip Arnold kicked aside. Battling for it. Another penalty will be called here. big careening going on in front of the Charlotte bench. Eric Webb took the brunt of that hit. That came from the left elbow of Zachary Broski, kind of popped them right toward the bench. And Webb hit it hard, and it looks like Webb's going to the box. And so for the second straight possession, or at least before the last power play, a player runs into the other team's bench and ends up in the box. But so it is here at the Raleigh Iceplex on this fine Friday, November evening. Two to nothing NC State, 13:34 to go in period number 2. And once again, the power play clock is malfunctioning. Still says 1:05 remaining in the Avery Schaefer minor. Of course, Schaefer no longer in the box following the power play goal by Banashevitz. It should read 2 minutes on the other side. Now it does, in fact. Also a second-time offender tonight, this time again Eric Webb with his second minor. Face-off won by the 49ers. Left circle. Here's Chase Weirden working his way up. Quick shot. Came up right in front of the cage. Josh Cannon trying to get on top of it. And eventually does. Net did not come off its moorings. Referee gripping it from behind. Of course, he wasn't in the course of play, but now at the timeout making sure that it is in fact where it's supposed to be. Face off from the right side of Cannon once again. Will Bieberdorf to take it for the Wolfpack. He'll go against Greg Driscoll. Driscoll wins it for the 49ers. Immediate shot was deflected, ended up floating still right to the glove of Josh Cannon anyway. Third straight right circle, left circle rather, face off the right side of Cannon. Won by the 49ers again. Played on back behind the red line. Jimenez picks it up for NC State and lofts it down for the clear. Sean Burke goes and gets it for the 49ers. Pursued from behind, a couple of Wolfpack players trying to put the pressure on. Minute 18 left in the power play for Charlotte. 12:48 to go in period 2. 2-0 Wolfpack. Both power play goals scored by Sam Banashevitz. From the red line now, Charlotte trying to set up. Now back up top is deflected off of a Wolfpack player, but kept in by Burke. Now on a cross. From the red line comes in. Cannon couldn't control it. Open in front, trying to get their stick to it and could not. Ryan Cahill was involved. Chase Weirden as well. Now behind the net, they battle for it. Weirden goes after it. So too Andrew Chard. Now it's picked up by Driscoll. Driscoll from the far red line. Up in front of the Charlotte bench. Now sent long. Shot was well wide right of the cage. Now Burke going after it. Checked into the boards by Schwartz. And now sent right back up top. Driscoll almost picked the pocket of the Wolfpack, but instead NC State gets it away. All the way to center and through center. Now trying to turn something into nothing into something, I should say. Sean Burke takes it away. Bounces it back through center. 49ers will bring in 3-on-3. Dumped on around. 49ers will cede possession, get some fresh legs on the ice as their power play expires. Late clearance. Icing not called as that shot was taken, or the clearance, I should say, was taken before the power play expired. Now Charlotte back through the neutral zone. Working their way in. Thomas Gilmartin got it away, bounced it wide left. And now taken away off the rebound. Wolfpack trying to go the other way 2-on-2, maybe even 3-on-2 if they hurry. Here's Tyler Alfonzetti, tries to center. No one was there. It goes off into the far corner. Thomas Gilmartin recovering for Charlotte. Now dumped in. Large whistle from behind. And I think we're going to have yet another penalty, this time Tyler Alfonzetti for the high stick. Again, this was an uneventful game, admittedly for only the first 6.5 minutes, but some good speed, not a lot of physicality, almost no checks in the first 6.5 minutes, and then all of a sudden everything picked up with that fight, and now it's just been penalty after penalty. Number 7 against NC State tonight. Charlotte 0 for 5 on the power play. Again, 2 of those came at the same time as one 49er penalty, so not 6 power plays. This is the 6th in 7 penalties. Alfonzetti's first time to the sin bin tonight. Another 2-minute minor. Face off to the right side of Cannon. This is won by the Wolfpack. Here's Banashevitz going the other way, 2-on-1. He's got Ellis Rushford. Centers it to him. Rushford in front. Shoots! Save with the glove. Daniel Ritter gets it up and brings it down, but the referee never froze the puck. He put it back in play, and Charlotte keeps it going now the other way. Here's Andrew Miller in front of his own bench. Miller comes in and fires. It was blocked off the skate of the defenseman, Chris Wing. Now from behind, Gilmartin trying to get it away from the red line. Penalty called here. This one touched up by the 49ers. This will even things up, and now some extracurriculars going at the red line. Gilmartin getting shoved aside right after he dropped Cam Mazakowski to the ice. And indeed, Gilmartin, the one that will head off for Charlotte and put things back at even strength. So a wasted power play chance for the 49ers, as at first was a shorthanded opportunity that once again Daniel Ritter saved from point-blank range. He has been a key reason why this game has not gotten out of hand. NC State with a lot of good looks. But for whatever reason, the referee did not end it, even though he had it in his glove. But instead, Ritter just let it go, and they kept on playing. It went the other way and eventually ended up a 49er penalty, and this is a double minor, 4 minutes to Thomas Gilmartin. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 1:32, and then an extended power play for NC State on the backside. 49ers normally an offensive juggernaut. They're averaging almost 7 goals a game through 11 games, which is virtually unheard of. Again, Andrew Miller himself, 19 goals on the season, good for tied for 8th place in the country at ACCHL D2. So this would be the time. Certainly we know Charlotte capable of putting together some great offensive possessions, working through the neutral zone, some good tic-tac-toe passing. Let's see if they can take advantage of the open ice before a long power play comes for the Wolfpack. Minute left in this 4-on-4. Nothing really doing. Both of these teams battling in the neutral zone. Now sent on down in front of Daniel Ritter for Charlotte. Trying to bring it out. Now taken on back. Blocked around still through the neutral zone. Nobody able to establish possession. Now here's Ryan Linsmeyer for the Wolfpack. Onto the far corner. It's sent back all the way across. Now picking it up, here's Ellis Rushford once more. He spins around in front of the net. Can't get to it. Now on to center. Here come the 49ers the other way. Taking it now, Matt McCoy. Looking for Andrew Miller behind. Can't get it to him, but McCoy ends up on the seat of his pants and comes back up. Finds Philip Arnold. Arnold shoots and misses Y and Hyde. Down behind the red line. They send it back up, bounced around, and now tipped on down by Linsmeyer. 9 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 2.5 minutes of a power play coming for NC State. Here's Andrew Miller working the other way. A blocker save by Josh Cannon at the last moment as the power play begins for NC State. Miller on a beautiful through pass goes after it. And again, that shot did not appear like it was going right on net, but nonetheless, a blocker save kind of ticked it up and out of play. Josh Cannon doing a nice job. Has not allowed a goal tonight. Face off to his left. 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes and 25 seconds for the Wolfpack. On the double minor to Thomas Gilmartin. Working the other way. Wolfpack through center. Taken away by Max MacArthur of Charlotte. He plays it back to center again. Bounces off the stick of another 49er. Now on back down. In pursuit, Banashevitz. He has 2 goals tonight, both on the power play. NC State 2 for 4 tonight. Now on back to the blue line, all the way across. Hudson dumps down. Centering pass intercepted by a few 49ers. Couldn't control it. Now knocked back up to the center of the blue line. Now spinning around and sent back down for NC State. And cleared by Charlotte. 1.5 to go in the power play. 8:07 to go in period number 2. 2-0 Wolfpack here at home. Puck dumped down. No one touched it. Icing called against the Wolfpack. A good break for the 49ers, who will take this opportunity to get some fresh legs on the ice for the penalty kill and then have an offensive zone faceoff. It will come from the left circle. And taking it will be Greg Driscoll. He wins it, and a quick shot came well wide. Banashevitz wins it along the near boards, now plays it on through center. Taken away here. Now Luis Jimenez has it right back for NC State, goes right to the heart of the crease, and it was denied. A couple of defensemen got their sticks in, pried it away for Charlotte, and cleared it down as we approach 1 minute to go in the power play. Now blocked aside. Opportunity here for Charlotte, a little backhanded and shorthanded. But nothing doing. NC State wins it behind their own net. Now working their way out. Here's Eric Todd. Coming on up into the neutral zone. Plays it up for Cam Mazikowski. And now stolen away. Tried to get a shorthanded break the other way. The pass went too far. Chase Weirden would have had the whole ice in front of him and only Josh Cannon to beat. Still, that killed another couple of seconds off the power play. Only 30 seconds remaining and the man advantage for NC State. On the far corner, they battle for it. Going after it now, Luis Jimenez. Jimenez tries to bring it up top to the blue line. Now sent to the near side. Here's Mazikowski. Looks in. It was deflected, a little weak shot, and eventually ended up in Daniel Ritter's glove. Mazikowski, the ACCHL Player of the Week not that long ago, for the week of October 23rd to 29th. Only played in one game that week against Wake Forest, and he made the most of his time. A defenseman for the Wolfpack, nonetheless had a hat trick and an assist for a 4-point night and did not allow a goal in the 25 minutes he was on the ice. And right off the face-off, a one-timer shot for NC State, and it's 3-0 Wolfpack. Face off to the right side of Ritter with only 11 seconds left in the power play. And NC State now 3 for 5 on the man advantage. That's how you get it done. Protect home ice. Hayden Dewey picks up the goal. Time of the goal, 13:12. And now working the other way, Philip Arnold plays it down. And check that, really 3 for 4 NC State on the power play tonight. As again, that first penalty against Charlotte was committed at the same time as 2 penalties by NC State, so it really was not a power play. So NC State 3 for 4 with the man advantage. And again, that is how you get it done on special teams in a key matchup. Charlotte on the other side, 0 for 6. That tells you what you need to know. 6:45 left in period number 2. 9 seconds on the power play clock. And, of course, that's been a problem all night long, so we're not even going to bother with that. It is even strength out here. 5 49ers in the white, 5 Wolfpack in the black. 49ers still moving from the left to the right, and the Wolfpack right to left here in the second period. Long discussion going on at the scorer's table. They're just going to go ahead and let the power play clock tick down. I'm not really sure why they bothered at that point. They just let it tick down to 3 seconds and then froze it again. So waste of time as far as I'm concerned. Nonetheless, puck way open in front, and they score. Andrew Miller, who else, as it comes to the near side of the cage, caught the entire Wolfpack defense sleeping. And the 49ers on the board just a few seconds after the Wolfpack made it 3-0. Time of the goal, 13:27 for Andrew Miller, his 20th goal of the season, as he now moves up to tied for 7th nationally at ACHA D2 in that category. And now has 10 more goals than the next closest player for the 49ers. So Miller continues to run the offense, and now he's open on the other side once again. Tried to get it through. This is right off the face-off. The Wolfpack defense sleeping a bit. Let Miller come free on the right circle. And the 49ers found him near side, got it done. Ritter heading to the bench. Another delayed penalty as the Wolfpack touch up. And now the 49ers, with some life, go on the power play with 6:09 to go in the second period. How about this for a last 60 seconds? A goal for each team and another penalty, the 8th of the night on NC State. And now Charlotte, this would be a time, the best time, to try to get off the power play schneid. 0 for 6 with the man advantage. They'll try to change it, and doing so change the entire nature of this hockey game thus far. John Kokellenberg heads to the box. His second time tonight as well. A number of multiple occasion offenders tonight. Doing the jailhouse rock over there. Face off to the left side of Cannon is won by the Wolfpack, a key win. Now sent on to center in hot pursuit going after it. Ryan Linsmeyer, he is so good short-handed, and he takes it away again here. Working their way the other way, almost getting it was Andrew Kristoff. Those two have been deadly. Got a breakaway, 2-on-1, 2-on-nobody. Both of them were denied by Daniel Ritter earlier in this game. Now onto the near side. 49ers trying to get their offense set up. Greg Driscoll now sends it on down. Andrew Chard looking for Chase Weirden in the far corner, and he has him. Weirden now sent up top to the blue line. Lost for a moment. It was mishandled, and the 49ers are forced to clear to center. This one sent on down. Good job by Cam Mazikowski to force the 49ers all the way back. Andrew Kristoff with a full head of steam keeps the pressure on, but now the 49ers corral. Minute 15 left in the power play. 5:23 in the second period. 3-1 the score in favor of NC State. Here's Chase Weirden from the right circle. Is deflected off of a Wolfpack stick. Now working around. NC State tries to clear it. They cannot. Shot put right back in. Cannon works to his right side. Blockers it away. Chase Weirden into the far boards. Now works his way back left circle. Weirden lets it loose and he scores! Chase Weirden on the power play. And it's a 3-2 game. Just like that, Charlotte's cut the deficit to 1. Chase Weirden with his 12th goal of the season, so check that what I said a moment ago. Andrew Miller now just 8. He became 9. 8 goals better than the closest 49er. I'm sure he doesn't care about that difference right now, or really ever, because his teammate just scored. Chase Weirden, an excellent job working his way into that left circle, got one shot away. It was denied again, came right back, got it again, and this time it's 3-2 as Charlotte finally converts on the power play. 1 for 7 in that category, but a big one to make it 3-2. Now with some life, the 49ers working their way forward. A shot came from almost no angle. It still almost found the top shelf off the stick of Matt McCoy. This one bounces all the way down. Opportunity centering pass, and NC State has gotten its 2-goal lead back, working the other way in transition. Unbelievable job. And who else? Sam Banashevitz. A hat trick now with 4:55 to go in period 2. The fans chanting Wolfpack, Wolfpack back and forth. I'm sure they would tell you that they do it a whole lot better than the Tar Heels, as has become a famous chant up here in the Research Triangle. I would also throw Gamecocks into that. Now opportunity for NC State going the other way. 4-2 as all of a sudden the momentum that the 49ers had seized is taken away. But this game wide open now, 4-2, as suddenly the scoring is turned on. We'll verify at the second intermission that last goal. I did mention a hat trick from Banashevitz. It appeared that that was the case. He was over there celebrating, but based on the way that the bench was fist bumping them in line, it didn't appear that it actually was. So again, I'll verify that for you. My apologies on the confusion. Nonetheless, it is 4-2 NC State. Everything happening at lightning speed right now. Tampa Bay Lightning, for that matter, have been scoring like that. One of the best teams in hockey in the young season. Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, everybody lighting the lamp like crazy down in western Florida. Now sent back up around. Controlled behind the NC State goal. And a whistle comes for a hand pass. 3:57 to go in period number 2. And a 4-2 game in favor of the Wolfpack. Face-off won by Charlotte. Now to the far corner, taken by Thomas Gilmartin. Top left side of your screen. Wolfpack take it right back, get a shot from the red line. Kicked aside by Ritter. Now taken back to the far corner. Won by Ian O'Rourke. He works his way out. Stolen by Philip Arnold. Wins it in the corner, now gives to Thomas Gilmartin. Tries to send it all the way to center. It gets through. Onside goes Andrew Miller, one-on-one. Miller tries to win the puck, working his way around Alex Vedetta. He does. Now taken on the red line, now sent back down. NC State eventually gets their stick to it. Thomas Gilmartin in hot pursuit. Now going after it, Zachary Broski. Gilmartin is taken away by Tyler Alfonsetti of the Wolfpack. He works his way up. Trevor Merchant on through center. Taking it now. Webb, now it's dispossessed and out on the far side. And taken right back again. Alfonsetti dropped down from behind. They wanted a tripping call, did the Wolfpack bench, didn't get it. On the near side, now centering, and it's taken away by Charlotte. On through center, here's Andrew Miller once again, 2:43 to go in period number 2, 4-2 NC State. Trying to wrap around, one of the Wolfpack players lost their stick. Now a centering pass gets way all the way through. Eric Webb going after it, gets a shot the other way, turned aside by the left leg of Daniel Ritter. On behind the net it goes. NC State very quick, very opportunistic, working their way in transition. That's led to a number of opportunities and a number of goals thus far tonight. To the far corner now. Charlotte battling. On to center. Now taken aside. Working their way inside the right circle. Nice job defensively. Alex Vedetta takes it away. He works the other way. Here's Ryan Linsmeyer. One on Ritter, fires and misses. Y and Hyde right. 1:51 to go. Referee takes it off the back of the head. It's a little bit slow to get up. I think that glanced off his helmet. Thankfully did not do any more damage. He is up and skating around. All appears well. 1:48 to go in period 2. There was only 1 goal scored in the first period. We've had 5 combined in period number 2, including 4 in the last couple of minutes. Face off in the neutral zone, won by Charlotte. Now taken in the offensive zone. Chase Weird in full head of steam, lets it fly. Josh Cannon didn't appear ready to make a save. Still got the save in by getting his glove up there. But it caught him off guard. Weirden has a lot of speed and certainly can be a sniper for the 49ers. So a face-off will come to the left side of Cannon, bottom right of your screen. Weirden now in the face-off circle. Wins it, goes right to the net, tries to get it across. He had Greg Driscoll waiting for a one-timer, and he just couldn't connect. Net came off its moorings right after that, so Charlotte will keep it in the offensive zone. That was a great opportunity. Weirden won the face-off, took it out of the circle himself, and created a 2-on goaltender. But the pass was errant. Face-off won by Charlotte, working their way in. Andrew Chard on from behind. Chard even with the red line, now right circle. Completely with his back to the net, now plays it down for Weirden behind the red line. Along in the corner, it's stolen away by NC State, trying to clear it out, and they do. Off the stick of Luis Jimenez, it's kept right back in by James Dinkler. And now Jimenez circles around, picks it up, sends it through center off the near boards. Banashevitz, but the Wolfpack are offside. 1:11 remaining in period 2. NC State 4, Charlotte 2. A flurry of goals coming starting at about 6.5 minutes to go in this period. Eric Todd inside the face-off circle, wins it for NC State, now played off the boards. Taken on down, and now Charlotte wins it right back. but brings it on offside. Not many offsides called tonight. We've had a few here in the last few seconds. 1:02 left in period 2. Check that, not an offside call, a penalty called against Matt McCoy as he'll head to the box. His first time over there tonight. Did not see what the call was or where exactly that happened, but nonetheless, NC State goes on the power play, and that has been a problem area, the penalty kill for Charlotte, as so far NC State 3 for 4 on the man advantage tonight, and they'll try to take advantage again. Last minute and 2 seconds of the period. If you're the 49ers, you got to think, let's just get these last 62 seconds off the board, get into the breakdown 2, come back, only 58 seconds left to kill. Starting with a center ice face-off, you never know what can happen from there. To the left side of Ritter, face-off won briefly by the 49ers, but hitting the deck was Patrick Salvia, and the Wolfpack took advantage by retaining the puck. Now here's Ethan Schwartz, tried to get it away, blocked up by an up-defenseman. Now the 49ers sending it on through center, taken back by the Wolfpack, but in their own defensive zone. 45 seconds left in the period, 1:41 of the power play. It'll extend into third period play if the Wolfpack do not score in the next 35 seconds. Now controlling into the near corner for the Wolfpack. Tyler Alfonsetti behind the net, now sends off to the far side. Now sent on back up. Here's Luis Jimenez from the center. As coming all the way out of the cage, all the way to the bench now, Josh Cannon, extra man on the ice for NC State. Little backhand opportunity in front. Ritter comes on top of it, 13.3 seconds. And indeed, that was not an empty net situation just to try to take advantage of the remaining bit of the power play. It was, in fact, due to another delayed penalty as Zachary Broski now heads to the box. And now things starting to unravel here for the 49ers. 2 late penalties. This one comes with just 13 seconds to go in period 2. And there will be a minute 11 of 5-on-3 play. A long time for the Wolfpack to go to work. At this point for Charlotte, they're just trying to get the next 13 seconds off the clock and then try to figure some things out before a tough beginning to period 3. Faceoff is won by the 49ers, a big win, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, taken right back by NC State, though, and kept in. Now off the stick of a 49er, sent back up to the blue line, chance for one more shot. Here's Cam Mazakowski, lets it go, misses wide right, and that will do it. As the horn sounds and the fans pounding on the glass, liking what they're seeing from their Wolfpack, who lead by 2 goals, 4-2 the score. As we head to our second intermission, we will have second intermission report for you in just a couple of minutes as the Zamboni Show gets back on the ice here at the Raleigh Iceplex. 4-2 Wolfpack. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, although the Zamboni driver seems to be having as much fun as he did during the first intermission, dancing around to the songs they're playing here at the Raleigh Iceplex, the fans not as much into it this time, but that's okay. They are into the Wolfpack right now, leading the Charlotte 49ers 4-2 as we get ready for the third period of play, about halfway through this intermission. And it all really got started with about 6 minutes to go in the second period. Coming into that point, it was 2-0 NC State, and then everything started coming at once. The Wolfpack took a 3-0 lead on a goal from Hayden Dewey, and then less than a minute later, it was Andrew Miller, caught the Wolfpack defense sleeping, goes short side, got it done, and then less than a minute again later, Chase Weirden on the power play, and immediately a penalty committed by NC State. He turns it the other way, and then he finishes it off, and suddenly 3-2. And then just 2 minutes later, a goal came, and this was not, as I said on the broadcast, not from Sam Banashevitz, so not a hat trick yet for the Wolfpack captain. However, it was a third point of his as he got the primary assist on the goal from Luis Jimenez, the team's assist leader. So those two swapped places for this particular goal. Jimenez at 15:05 from Banashevitz. Again, 3 points, but still just 2 goals for number 2. And that's where we are, 4-2. Again, those 4 goals came in just about a 2.5 minutes sprint, as well as a couple of penalties. And the penalties have been another story of this game. 8 on NC State, 7 on UNC Charlotte. And the power play difference has been arguably the difference of the game. The Wolfpack 3 for 4 on the previous power plays in this one, as Charlotte on the other side just 1 for 7. Charlotte, a big task in front of them against a very good power play unit to open this third period. 37 seconds left in a 5-on-3, and then another extended power play beyond that for NC State, after a couple of late penalties committed by a pair of 49ers, Matt McCoy and Zachary Broski. 20 minutes on the clock. Charlotte back out on the ice. NC State will be back shortly. So will we, as we get ready for the third period. The Wolfpack and the 49ers live from the Raleigh Iceplex. Stay with us. Just a few weeks ago, the last time UNC Charlotte visited the Research Triangle here up in the Raleigh-Durham area, they were in Chapel Hill taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels and trailed by 2 goals going into the third period. They scored 4 unanswered goals and walked away from Chapel Hill with a 5-3 win. That was the second in their 3-game winning streak that they looked to make really not just 4, but 5 tonight, with Duke having forfeited the game supposed to be played at the Extreme Ice Center tomorrow, an automatic 2 points for the 49ers. So they're looking to bridge the gap, but to do so, they will need to make another 2-goal comeback, this time in Raleigh. It's Wolfpack 4, 49ers 2, with 20 minutes to go, and a tall task for the Charlotte penalty killers, going 5-on-3 for the first 58 seconds of period 3. I am Brett Williams. Thanks for being with me here tonight from the Raleigh Iceplex. Again, a frenetic second period, starting with about 6.5 minutes to go in that period. 4 goals scored in 2.5 minutes, a number of penalties as well. Again, we've had 15 combined penalties on this night, and a game that has gotten chippier by the moment as the referees tend to the crease before we get started. I'm going to let you know that been an interesting trend for NC State this year, in that really all Charlotte theoretically would need, if coming into tonight, obviously they need to score more than 4 if they want to win tonight, but the key was to score 4, because in no game this season that the Wolfpack have won have they allowed more than 3 goals. And again, Charlotte, a team that averages almost 7 goals a game, more than capable of scoring 4 or more. And at the same time, NC State has not won a game in which it has scored less than 5. So the Wolfpack sitting at 4. Something is going to give tonight, as Charlotte will have to score more than 4 in order to win, but nonetheless could theoretically still prevent that 5th goal and walk away as winners tonight. We are underway here in the third period. NC State moving left to right on your hypothetical screen. Charlotte right to left. The 49ers in the white with the black shorts, the green and gold trim. NC State in the black, the red and white stripes, the white numbers, and the white names on the back of the sweaters. NC State wins it, sends it up back to the top of the blue line. Sent on back down. Alfonsetti looking for Eric Todd. It gets all the way across the net mouth into the far corner, and now sent out to center. Alfonsetti stops on a dime, now sends it up back to Sam Banashevitz. Again, 2 goals and 1 assist officially tonight. Pauses just outside the left circle. Now comes across. Here's Cam Mazakowski. Lets it go. One-timer just missed from behind. Eric Todd working his way back out now into the right circle. Now cuts down to the red line. That last shot came from Luis Jimenez. 1 goal on his night as well. A little pushing and shoving on the near boards. The fans providing some more pressure from the outside. Eric Todd breaks out, lets it loose. Opportunity on the rebound, and Banashevitz could not get his stick underneath the puck in order to do something with it short side. NC State back out to center now. It's tapped along, worked away between the referee's legs and off the boards, and the Wolfpack keep it in play. Now on to Davis Hudson. Rotates, sends it down right circle. Banashevitz lets it down to the red line now. On the near side, Jimenez. And his pocket picked, but not out. Jimenez gets it right back, right circle, backhands, nice move in, works his way around Ritter. Ritter gets it loose, now loose in the crease. Ritter on his back, and he's on top of the puck. Or did it cross the red line? Did it cross the goal line? Wolfpack players, Wolfpack fans celebrating. There was no gesture toward the goal. It did not appear that the puck even came close to the goal line from this angle. It looked like it was underneath Ritter's back, and he was clearly in the crease, not inside the goal. Officials having a conversation with the NC State coaching staff. Nothing up on the scoreboard, not that that's been the most reliable tonight. It would be the 4th power play goal. It would be the 4th power play goal of the night for NC State. And they award a penalty shot. Here's Luis Jimenez working his way from center, drifts on in, backhand to his left, and he scores. Luis Jimenez puts it in on the penalty shot, as that was what this was all about. Evidently called on the backside, and that he was taken down with Ritter on his back. Nonetheless, it is 5-2. NC State now. Jimenez a pair of goals tonight. And the Wolfpack chants breaking out here again among the NC State faithful. Now the penalty shot goal at 1:45 of the third period. It is 5-2. And so now NC State has scored the pivotal 5th goal. Again, the Wolfpack, when they score 5, they haven't lost all season. When they don't score 5, they haven't won. So now a even higher hill to climb back for the 49ers. Down by 3 here in period number 3. But if one thing has taught us something over time for Charlotte, this team can score a lot of goals in bunches. We saw that with those 2 goals in about a minute and a half in the second period. Andrew Miller and Chase Weirden, 2 of the biggest cogs in that juggernaut for the green and gold. We'll have to do something like that again tonight to pull a comeback here in the triangle. Battling forward in the neutral zone. Won briefly by NC State in front of the Wolfpack's own bench. Number of players going back and forth for it. Hayden Dewey. Now it's taken aside. Won by Matt McCoy. Now he works his way from behind. Now Chase Weirden. On to center. Kick back off of a skate of a couple of players. Now working on down. 17:40 to go in the game. 5-2 Wolfpack. Sent back up to center. Chase Weirden. On back up to the blue line. They bounce around off a couple of players. Now sent along. Weirden spins around, lets one fly. Misses wide to the right. On to center ice. NC State trying to get something going. Still can't control. Battle back and forth. Now it's won by Weirden. He has a 3-on-2 opportunity but can't get anything going and works his way all the way into the boards. Now trying to center. Working his way up. And a pass comes well wide. Battle for it on the near boards. Weirden has it again. He's been all over the puck. Lets one fly, and it's saved by Josh Cannon. Cannon, a very nice job in goal tonight. 2 goals allowed. Again, has not had a ton of time on the ice this season. Does have a 2-0 record, and in good shape to protect that, barring a late comeback for the 49ers. His 4th and 5th goals allowed this season tonight. Face-off shot from Philip Arnold. Once again, on top of it is Cannon. Face-off to his right side once again. Andrew Miller wins it, lets it go. Almost through the wickets, but a late butterfly move. Saves it again. Josh Cannon turning aside the biggest cannons from the 49ers offense. Face off one, kick back around, a little spinning shot from Gilmartin. Picked up by Andrew Miller on the near red line. Works his way around. Now sends it on. Back around Dinkler. Intercepted by the NC State defense. And they clear it, dump it all the way down. In hot pursuit, Sean Burke, icing is called. With 16:23 to go in the game. No one has left the Iceplex, no reason to. Winner of tonight's game will take first place of the Carolina Division standings in the ACCHL. Again, both teams have already clinched in the top 2 spots and thus will be in the playoffs in Charlottesville come the end of the season. Shot stopped by Cannon. Kicked off to the right side. Now it works all the way in front of the NC State bench. Centering pass. Andrew Miller is there, and a great job by Cannon protecting the near post to kick it off aside. Once again, this top line denied. Although they have the 2 goals tonight for Charlotte, Cannon's been very good. Now a chance the other way. Here's Gilmartin with Andrew Miller 2-on-2. Miller works his way into the left circle. Miller up in front, fires, lets it loose, he scores! Andrew Miller slides in front of the net and buries it behind Cannon. It's a 5-3 game. Another thing history has taught us, Andrew Miller can only be denied but so much and for so long. And this time, 2-on-2 through center. Gil Martin found him into the left circle, and he made a great move on the last defenseman. Juke to his left, cut back across to the right, a beautiful toe drag, and beat Cannon one-on-one to make it 5-3. Time of the goal, 5:10 into period number 3. And now NC State wins the face-off, works its way down behind their own red line. Behind the red line of Daniel Ritter, I should say, who ends up with the puck in his glove. A weak shot came from right in front of the Charlotte bench. 15:35 to go. So the 2-goal deficit that the 49ers faced at the beginning of this period has been restored. Still time to do something with it. Top line now has taken a seat. But a good shift nonetheless, getting the job done. Now here's Zachary Usinger. Has been a bit quiet tonight, but always a wizard handling the puck, trying to make something happen. On the other way, here's Ethan Schwartz. Schwartz gets loose. It was blocked by the body of Riley Scoville, sliding to his right. Now back up to Schwartz, fanned on the one-timer. On a good shooting lane. Now tried to center it. Was looking for Costigan and didn't get through. Now the attempt to clear for Charlotte also intercepted. Wolfpack trying to go back the other way. Usinger picks their pocket. Now up the center. Usinger gets a stick on it briefly. Now it's sent back down. And they get tangled up. Now a little bit of extra shoving. Usinger wrapped up with Cam Mazikowski, and now a fight breaking out. Here comes Usinger from the other, that was Maragno that was getting involved, and now Usinger comes up. And it appeared that Usinger was going to tangle with John Kellenberg. The referees ended that quickly. Now let's see what comes of this. And it looks like Usinger is going to be sent off, not to the box, but into the crowd of serenading Wolfpack fans. And Usinger, this is not good. Usinger shoving a number of the fans on his way to the box. Not to the box, but to the locker room. That is never a good design, I've got to say, about these. And really, you know, perhaps what can you do in certain circumstances, with this being as many college hockey, club hockey venues are, with multi-purpose venues. They've got figure skating out here, a number of different hockey leagues. You've got, you know, free ice time for the public, etc. And so you can't necessarily design the locker rooms to always be right where the glass is separated, but it creates problems when you get in situations like this. Club hockey, there's always a lot of interesting rivalries going on. When games get chippy, you do have guys sent off, and I've seen it before in other venues. When you send a guy off and he has to walk through opposing fans on the way to the locker room, things can get kind of ugly with the feisty environment that is always present at these kind of games. Something to think about for venue design moving forward. In any case, we have still not resumed play. The officials having a conversation with both captains, assistant captains, the scorers. Clock is stopped at 14:53 to go in the third. It is 5-3 NC State. Again, it was Jeremy Maragno and Cam Mazikowski who were tangled up with their sticks right at center ice. Maragno went down. Mazikowski gave him a little poke check while he was on the ice. And Usinger didn't take too kindly to it, went up to John Kellenberg, who was starting to get involved in the fray, and basically dropped the gloves. Although he didn't take his gloves off, he got in that stance, threw one on him, and very quickly before that turned into an all-out typical hockey fight, the officials broke it up and sent Usinger to the showers earlier than expected. So now we'll see what happens on the backside, if someone will serve a penalty, if there were any other actions taken. Crowd is laughing and enjoying. Now a player from each team is in the box. So it ends up Usinger ejected, but coincidental minors, as Max MacArthur for the 49ers in the box, and Cam Mazikowski, who was involved with the tangle with Maragno, he's in the box on the NC State side. So 4-on-4 hockey as Charlotte wins the faceoff. Now Matt McCoy working his way in. A little backhand shot was denied. A couple of defensemen getting involved. Open ice again. Both of these teams very good in transition. Here's Andrew Miller. Works his way in right circle. Andrew Miller trying to wrap around. He has a man in front. McCoy couldn't get it to him. Stolen aside by the Wolfpack. Could they go the other way now? On through center. Bounced aside. Taken right back by McCoy. He dumps in. Goes after it. Miller hanging around in the neutral zone, waiting to see what happens. The Wolfpack go down and get it. And now trying to play out. Lots of open ice, particularly in the neutral zone. Now set on the near side. NC State gets a shot away. Really looked like it was more of a dump, if anything else. Banashevitz, let it go. And ending up on top of it, Daniel Ritter. 14:04 to go in the game. And 1:12 left in this 4-on-4. 5-3 NC State. After things hit a bit of a breaking point. Face-off briefly won by Eric Todd. He was trying to go right to the net off from the face-off circle, as the 49ers did earlier in this game, but could not. Now it's taken aside. Shot came, blocked aside by Sean Burke before it could get to Daniel Ritter. Now onto the near boards. Bottom right of your screen, Chase Weirden breaks out, sends back on to center. Now working his way across, Zachary Broski into the far corner. 4-on-4 for another 47 seconds. NC State behind its own net, now looking to break out. On through center, here come the Wolfpack. Dumbing it down, hitting a referee and hitting the boards, and hitting, for that matter, Andrew Chard for Charlotte, who goes down. Now open in front, Rushford. He went and hit the deck as well as Zachary Broski for the 49ers. Ritter ended up on top of the puck. Last time that happened, a penalty shot came for Luis Jimenez, but appeared there was simultaneous contact, nothing initiated by one or the other, though there's still a conversation going. Nothing will come of this. 4-on-4 for 32 more seconds. Face off to the right of Daniel Ritter. Won by NC State, trying to go right to it. Knocked aside, a few 49er defenders getting involved. Andrew Chard wins it. Kicked aside. Now here's Chard again. Works his way into the neutral zone. Chard, hustling to prevent a 3-on-2, was Eric Webb. Now working his way in, he lets it fly and he scores. It's 5-4. Again, the shot in transition. Weirden and Chard involved. We'll get that confirmed as to who that was. In any event, 5-4 the score. UNCC working its way back into this game. Trailed 5-2. Now 2 straight goals for the 49ers and a whole lot of time to work with. 12:49. the open ice works in favor of the 49ers. Weirden and Chard combining for that goal. Now on back around it goes. Tried to center it toward Miller. Bounced aside. Now working in the near corner. Thomas Gilmartin plays it on back around. On to center as we have 12 minutes to go. Stolen away briefly by Dewey. Philip Arnold. Dewey kicks it back. On behind Daniel Ritter it goes. Trying to wrap around. Ritter was there to stop it from the butterfly. Stopped aside again. Philip Arnold along the red line. Bounces it off of a couple of Wolfpack players. Goes right back to himself. And now on to center. Andrew Miller had it for a second. Lost it. Now sent it on through. Taken aside. Here comes NC State. Working their way back across center. Letting it go. And missing wide right was Cam Mazakowski. Now he goes down after it. Hits the deck. Fans want a penalty call. They're not going to get one. Mazakowski fell. There was no contact there. If anything, it was minimal. Now from behind. Along the red line, taken away by Charlotte. Big check, level, the fans love it. And a little extra face washing provided by Patrick Salfia. Instead, here come the 49ers the other way, dumped into the far corner. Picked up from behind. Cam Mazakowski for NC State lets it go as we approach 11 minutes to go. 5-4 Wolfpack. It was 5-2 before goals from Andrew Miller once again. And then either Weirden or Chard. Kind of did a quick back and forth, but finished it off top shelf, just a moment ago. On through the neutral zone. Tried to get a long shot away to Salfia. It was blocked up top by Banashevitz. On behind Daniel Ritter it goes. 49ers play it up the boards right in front of the two teams' benches. It's one. Now trying to center it back, taken away by Banashevitz. He looks for Luis Jimenez coming in. Jimenez lets it go. And Ritter there with the right leg, and then it covers it after deflecting it to himself. Good rebound control from the 49ers netminder. 10:04 on the clock, 5-4. NC State leads it. Wolfpack have reached the 5-goal mark. They have not lost when doing so. However, they have not won when allowing more than 3 goals. So something is going to give tonight. We'll find out what in just a moment. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. This one could be fun. Andrew Chard moving quickly into the offensive zone. He has Weirden in front. This worked before. Weirden almost gets it. That one popped up in the air, came down, ended up right on the tip of his stick, but he couldn't get underneath it to get a shot away before NC State got involved and took it away. Now here's Banashevitz. A little light touch over the blue line. Charlotte dumps down, and this will be icing. 9:31 remaining in the game. Charlotte came into tonight ranked 20th in the ACCHL Southeast region at Division II. Again, at Division II, the top 12 teams make the regional tournament. The top 2 automatically advance to nationals. The other 10 play a 3-round tournament to get 2 winners that will also go to nationals. And thus 4 from each of the 4 regions will complete a 16-team national tournament. So Charlotte with a little bit of work to do, but the winner of the ACCHL automatically gets a bid to regionals. That will not be settled tonight. Seeding could be. Winner again will take first place in the Carolina Division for now. These 2 teams set to battle at Extreme Ice Center down in Charlotte in January. And we'll have that call for you here on 49ers TV, as we're calling it. For all intents and purposes tonight, 49ers radio via the live stream. Multimedia, that's how we roll. 9:03 to go in the game, 5-4 Wolfpack. As both teams will change lines off the stoppage. Puck went out of play. 17 penalties tonight. NC State 4 for 5 on the power play. Charlotte 1 for 8. This one won briefly by Maragno. Maragno gets it down to his left skate, hustles in, tries to go top shelf, misses high. Maragno had a piece of it and then worked his way up as he finally controlled it. NC State thought they had taken it away. They did not. Maragno took it in and almost forced it in. Now it's open. Andrew Miller in front, and he scores on the one-timer. Miller, a hat trick, and we're tied here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Andrew Miller waiting in front. He does so well. He is so tough to stop. And this time, right after Jeremy Maragno set it up with his play, they work it around to the corner, get loose in front. No chance for Cannon as he shifted to his right. Miller was already there, and he had buried it for his third goal of the night. No hats will fly onto the ice tonight from the Wolfpack fans. Charlotte fans, I didn't see any really wearing a hat, so no need to worry about that anyway. They will take it. It's 5-5. 3 unanswered goals in the third period for the 49ers. Seems like we've heard that before. They did it to the Tar Heels in Chapel Hill last month. Brand new hockey game. Charlotte also came back from down 2 to Elon 3 different times in one game. Eventually lost 6-5 in a shootout. That could be in play tonight. But we'll cross that bridge, as they say, when we get there. 7:51 to go. Andrew Miller's third goal has changed it all up. And now from no angle, tried to get it to Maragno, who was waiting far post. That puck just kind of floated up in the air. Maragno couldn't get it down. But a dangerous one. And for the second time tonight, the other time being those 2 goals that came about a minute and a half apart in the mid-second period, the momentum solely belongs with Charlotte. That has not been the case for much of the night. Face-off to come the top right of your hypothetical screen to the right side of Daniel Ritter. Chase Weirden for the 49ers and Eric Todd for the Wolfpack. And it's a power play for NC State. After some discussion, Jeremy Maragno heads to the box. His first time tonight, the 10th penalty. Let's check that the 9th penalty against UNC Charlotte tonight. 7:15 to go. And this is the time for the 49ers to buckle down, not give this lead back. Or I should say, well, not give the Wolfpack the lead again. Tie score here, 5-5. This one goes behind Ritter. Does it get across the goal line? It does not. The referee waves it off. Fans thought it was a goal. Everybody at the crease right now except for the NC State goaltender and one other player. Everyone else careening there. Ritter was on his back again. Immediately waved off. Fans chanting, "That's a goal." Apparently not. Didn't look like it from here that ever went across, and referees agree. 7 minutes to go. 1:31 left in this NC State power play. Has been so good tonight, 4 for 5. This is the 6th opportunity despite the 9th penalty. A few coincidentals tonight. On through center. Here's Luis Jimenez. He has a pair of goals on the night. Wide open right side, Davis Hudson. Couldn't get it to him. Eventually did, but around the boards instead. Now taking it back up. Here's Jimenez. Stopping on a dime, trying to work his way in from the right circle. Now from no angle behind the net. Tried to play it up. And another penalty coming against Charlotte at the worst possible time. This time, Greg Driscoll to the box. And now it's crunch time. 1 minute of 5-on-3 for NC State. And barring a Wolfpack goal, another 1 minute of 5-on-4 play thereafter with 6:29 to go in a tie game. It's now or never. Teams take a timeout, so will we. We'll be right back to the Raleigh Iceplex after this. Don't go away, folks. This is going to be a phenomenal finish here in the ACCHL. Back underway. Here's the 5-on-3 for NC State. Up from the top, Davis Hudson works it down to Eric Todd, even with the red line. Todd plays it off of one defender. It works in front of the net. Charlotte tries to get it out. They can't. Hudson turns it around back. Banashevich in front. Now sends it on to Todd, red line. Back on, even at the right circle, Charlotte gets a stick on it, and the 49ers clear. 32 seconds and counting to go in the 5-on-3 for the Wolfpack. 5:58 and counting in the game. NC State working their way back across center. Here come the Wolfpack. Here's Mazikowski. Just waiting just outside the right circle. Lets it down to the red line. Here's Banashevich. Comes on back. Mazikowski on a cross. Right back to Banashevich from the right side. He fires, he scores short side, and it's a hat trick for Banashevich. 2 hat tricks tonight, 1 for each side, and this time it puts the Wolfpack back on top, 6-5. Just like that, as the Wolfpack chants go again. Still no hats on the ice. Fans happy enough with the lead, don't need to contribute to it. 5:37 to go, but still a power play for NC State. 5 power play goals out of 6 total tonight for the Wolfpack. Unbelievable work on special teams for NC State. Working their way back through center. 50 seconds left. And another 5-on-4. Of course, the last goal came with a few seconds left on a 5-on-3. And that is not the first time tonight that NC State has scored late in a man advantage with only about 10 seconds left before somebody got released. .504 remaining in the game. 6-5 Wolfpack. As a face-off will come to the left side of Josh Cannon, the Wolfpack netminder. It's won by NC State, working his way back behind Chris Wing. On through center. NC State controlling. Dumped into the far corner. Going after it, both number 16s. Hayden Dewey wins it for NC State. Works his way up back to the blue line. Quick one-timer from Ellis Rushford. Turned aside. Despite all these penalties on Ellis Rushford, by far the leading penalty minute accumulator for the Wolfpack, has not been in the box. Now out of the box comes Greg Driscoll. Now Charlotte an opportunity to go 3-on-1 the other way. The 49ers centering pass, wide open net, no one there on the backside. Pass was overshot for Thomas Gilmartin. Philip Arnold now, one-timer the other way. Matt McCoy sprawled out. Was Gordon, checked at Cannon, and someone knocked it aside. Arnold tries to find Andrew Miller. Could he get a fourth? He goes top shelf, misses high, into the netting, out of play. 3:57 to go. As Charlotte's top line firing again. couldn't get one home. The best opportunity from the right side. Arnold was looking for Gilmartin. It went past him. The net was still open. Cannon couldn't turn around in time with traffic in front, but no one could get to the puck and put it in an open net. So 6-5 Wolfpack with 3:57 to go. But this top line, you would be willing to bet that they're going to have a lot of quality minutes here in the final minutes of the game to try to tie this up again. NC State through center. Onto the far corner they go. Chase Weirden battling for it for Charlotte. He ends up into the boards. Now it's taken aside. Winning it for a moment. Very nice stick work by Matt McCoy. Takes it on to center. 4-on-3 if they hurry. Good job getting back by Andrew Kristoff. NC State's done a great job all night at preventing the odd man rushes. And now a delayed penalty against the Wolfpack as Daniel Ritter hustles to the bench. The Wolfpack touch up. And what a time for Charlotte to try to even things up. Now with a 2-minute power play late in the game. 3:23 to go. As for the third time tonight, Eric Webb has a seat in the sin bin. But whereas NC State 5 power play goals tonight in 6 chances, 7 chances rather, UNC Charlotte just 1 for 8. Now would be the time to change it. 3:23 to go. Power play coming up for the 49ers when we return. Here we go. 3:23 to go. Power play beginning for Charlotte. Down by 1. They win the faceoff to the left side of Josh Cannon. Matt McCoy at the blue line looks down for Philip Arnold behind the red line. Arnold wins it. He's got Andrew Miller waiting on the left side. Now the Wolfpack get a stick on it, clear it all the way down to Daniel Ritter. Ritter plays it off to the right side in front of his team's bench. Now drifting forward, a little touch. On to center, Thomas Gilmartin. Briefly controlled by Matt McCoy, rather. And now Gilmartin gloves it down in the neutral zone, trying to reestablish possession. Here comes Gilmartin wearing number 74. Sends it on to center. Tapped in. It's a goal. It's 6-6. Do they call it? Everyone's celebrating for the 49ers, but perhaps the back judge ruled it out. From the red line, he sent it all the way across the net mouth. And it was tapped in, it appeared, from the far post. Still a conversation from the officials. 49ers not happy at all. Thought they had tied it, so did I. With 1:28 to go. All 4 officials getting together and having a conversation. Miller flinging his hands in frustration. There was no signal given. It appeared from here that puck was in the net. With no aid of instant replay, it's just a matter of what's the call. And the call is no goal. What appeared to be a tie game is not with 2:50 to go. It is still 6-5 NC State. Face off to the right side of Cannon, won by the Wolfpack and cleared. Bad break for the 49ers. Apparently ended up underneath of Cannon, but not across the line. Seen that happen today as well, so who knows. Arnold works his way in, dumps it around near corner. 1:09 left in the Charlotte power play. 2:29 in the game. 49ers still needing the tying goal. all the way down into the far corner, top right of your screen. 57 seconds left in a man advantage, 2:18. Now sent all the way through. Charlotte almost had a breakaway opportunity, but good job by Andrew Kristoff at center, turning it aside. One back by Charlotte in the defensive zone. Full steam ahead. Here's Matt McCoy. Intercepted from behind by Trevor Merchant. Now he hits the deck. Goes all the way back to Ritter. Banashevitz trying to get involved. He has a hat trick. So does Andrew Miller. Battle for it along the boards right in front of the Charlotte bench as NC State's penalty kill has really strengthened in the last minute after that goal was disallowed. Good work by Matt McCoy to work his way around his defender. Stolen away by Banashevitz. He goes right at Ritter, makes a move, backhand, he scores. 4 goals for Banashevitz, and that might put the nail on the coffin with 1:35 to go. 7-5 Wolfpack. Banashevitz, short-handed, 5 power play goals tonight for the Wolfpack. Get another one the opposite way. Banashevitz with at least 13 goals on the season. The way he's scoring tonight, I would say it's safe to say he has more than that. Again, statistics missing a couple of games from NC State's total for the season. 4 goals tonight for the captain, proving why he has that C on his sweater. 7-5. But a short-handed goal on a night when NC State kept scoring on the power play. They find a way to score man down. And despite a furious late comeback from Charlotte, NC State has pulled away late. Minute 20 to go, still time. The 49ers can manufacture 2 quick goals. You never know. Seen it before, we can see it again. Face-off will come to the right side of Josh Cannon. Long pause as the 49ers change a few players out. Setting up their final stretch here, down by 2 with 1:20 to go. Face-off won by the Wolfpack, sent all the way down. Daniel Ritter on the bench, extra man on the ice for Charlotte, needing a pair of goals, going 6-on-5. Sent on through center. Poked aside for a moment, now back down. And on across it goes. Played on back. Back behind the red line. NC State doing a nice job keeping the 49ers at bay. 53 seconds on the clock. Driscoll, a little backhanded along. Picked up by Andrew Chard as they work out. Still the Wolfpack providing all kinds of pressure. Charlotte having trouble just even getting it into the neutral zone. Now it ping-pongs off of a couple of Wolfpack players. Chase Weirden goes into the left circle. Elbowed aside to the roar of the crowd. Ellis Rushford laying down the law. Now a breakaway the other way. Banashevitz, he has 4 goals. He has 5 goals. Empty net for Banashevitz. What a night for the senior Wolfpack captain. An empty netter to put the cherry on top. The NC State Wolfpack, led by their captain, 5 goals for Sam Banashevitz. the fans sticking around to see the celebration after the fact. Charlotte, a late opportunity, comes across the net mouth with 8 and 7 seconds to go. And that will just about do it. Late look. Ethan Schwartz wants to get involved. He comes at Daniel Ritter. The 49ers will not take kindly to that. A little late slash after the fact. Avery Schaefer didn't like it. And the official's going to try to get involved to make sure nothing crazy happens during the handshake line. Schaefer not happy. He is giving a few love taps to the NC State fans and being sent off before the handshake line. Better be careful. The fans sure to give him similar love. Even a fist bump. He's fist bumping some of the NC State fans. That's a pretty good job by everybody showing some sportsmanship after the fact. And thus the handshakes take place. Your final score 8-5. NC State winners over Charlotte here at the Raleigh Iceplex. We will step aside. We'll come back, have your post-game recap of what happened here tonight and where the 49ers go from here. But for now, the Carolina division belongs to the host, NC State Wolfpack. Stay tuned. Post-game coming to you right after this, live from Raleigh. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Brett Williams here with you. Thanks for being with me post-game show as the NC State Wolfpack have knocked off the Charlotte 49ers tonight by a final score of 8-5. This game had a little bit of everything. It certainly had the penalties, 10 penalties on each side, 1 ejection, 1 early dismissal before the handshake line, though the player was not dismissed until after the action had concluded, just before the post-game pleasantries. 2 hat tricks. Andrew Miller for the 49ers and Sam Banashevitz for NC State, who not only had 3 goals, not even 4, he had 5. The last, an empty netter, and the one before that, a short-handed goal. Special teams, a huge difference tonight, as, again, 10 penalties on each side. Charlotte 1 for 9 on the power play. NC State 5 power play goals. That's how you get it done. When you have the man advantage, you take advantage, and that's why the Wolfpack won this game. Something certainly for the 49ers to work on with the penalty kill moving forward. But Charlotte has done a nice job this season on special teams and really playing well in open ice, and that was a strength of both of these teams tonight. A lot of the goals came not necessarily on full flat-out breakaways, but definitely tic-tac-toe passing in transition, working ways. Didn't have to set up a lot of offense to score goals tonight. A lot just set up by the pure speed of these sides. Chase Weirden had a pair of goals, the other 2, in addition to Andrew Miller's 3 for Charlotte. As for NC State, again, the 5 from Banashevitz, another 2 came from Luis Jimenez, and 1 from Hayden Dewey to wrap up the 8. So Charlotte falls to 7-4-1 on the season, 4-4 in conference play. NC State improves to 6-4 and 6-3 in the conference. Again, for now, this division belongs to the Wolfpack, and really Charlotte, with only the 1 divisional game left, hosting NC State in January, and we'll have that game for you. Hope you're there with us from the Extreme Ice Center. That game is actually the next home game for Charlotte, the next home game at their official home arena, that is, and that's on Friday, January 19th. I say that because their next technical home game is in the Queen City at Bojangles Coliseum, home of the Charlotte Checkers, as the 49ers step up into the ACCHL realm to host the Delaware Blue Hens on Saturday, January 13th. We'll see if we can broadcast that. It would be pretty awesome if we can. We will keep you posted on that. In any case, next up for the 49ers next weekend at a tournament at the University of Central Florida against 3 very good teams, ACCHL D3. But as we know that D2, D3, the divisions are based on the sanctioning bodies, if you will, not really a testament to necessarily how good or bad these teams are. These 3 teams are very good in the Southern Collegiate Hockey Conference, the SCHC, basically an all-Florida conference full of a lot of powerhouses. South Florida, Florida Gulf Coast, and UCF, the 3 opponents for Charlotte down in Orlando next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that will wrap up the fall slate. Coming on the backside into January, the next game will be that Bojangles Coliseum game on the 13th of the first month of the year against Delaware, and then the Wolfpack to Extreme the following Friday. NC State, meanwhile, they will face off at UNC Wilmington next Saturday, another very good D3 program, before returning home, and they will step up to the NHL ranks, going to PNC Arena, home of the Hurricanes, to face off against UNC in so-called backyard brawl. It's really been quite a discrepancy in terms of the results on the ice this year. The Wolfpack have dominated, the Tar Heels not so much, but nonetheless, there will be a lot of bad blood on display at PNC Arena on Monday, November 20th. That should be a fun one for all in attendance. Once again, your final here tonight from the Raleigh Iceplex. NC State wins it 8-5 for all of us here, with everyone back who's called some games and worked games back at home. Greg Machopoulos, Robert McCachran and company, Mike Mulhall back at the Extreme Ice Center. We look forward to having you along with us for some broadcasts back there as this season goes on. I'm Brett Williams. Thanks for being with me tonight. So long from Raleigh. We will see you back in the Queen City in due time.